Hello everybody and welcome. I have a couple of jobs that I need to do today, but I've seen that some of these late blooming flowers poked up, so I want to catch that on video. The second job I'm going to do, I don't know if you can see the sunchokes behind me, but I wanted to get a bunch of those pulled up and show you how well they replicate. It's usually about 12 to 1. I put one little nub in. I end up getting 12 times the amount of weight and volume. But the first job I really need to do is I have a bunch of logs, not a whole lot, but I do have some logs and some branches from this tree that snapped in the summer, and I want to get those off the ground. So I got to move some pallets and create a space for those logs to dry out. I won't be able to burn them this year, but I need to get them off the ground so they don't get all punky and icky. And there's also this little tool. I don't know if I didn't bring it out with me, but I'll show you here in a second. It's you attach it to a drill bit, and it's got you're supposed to be able to drill apart pieces or logs or whatever. So I do have some drier logs, and we'll try that out after I get some of this stuff sorted out. I'll get some of that stuff sorted out, and then I'll see if that tool actually splits anything, or if it just snaps off and hits me in the eyeglass, I guess. So stay tuned. First off, I apologize, it is windy out, so I'll keep the talking like this to a minimum, and if I need to do a voiceover for some of the other parts, I will. But I have these limbs that I had cut off of this tree, so it kind of snapped. Had to cut it here. This is from a storm in the summer, and that one had snapped last year partially, and then the rest of it came down. So the tree is still alive. I mean, it's doing perfectly fine. In fact, it's growing an elephant ear, or whatever you want to call the tree. That's these two branches here. You can see, now they notice the difference because the leaves are massive. But yeah, so I mean, there's nothing wrong with the tree. It just got a little bit too big for itself. And I think here in the next couple of weeks, I'll probably cut this right here, and maybe trim that back. That way it's not like, I mean, it's super unproportional. So I like to just make it a little bit more proportional, so the neighbors think I'm actually maintaining my property. Because sometimes I think other people probably just think I'm, I don't know, just letting it go wild and not doing anything with it. They don't see the 40 fruit trees and the 100 berry bushes I planted. So yeah, so I'll get this on tripod and I'll show you what I got to do here. That will be good for what I have, for sure. Maybe not the largest spot. And I just stuck it back here. Being relatively new to this, not really being set up for this kind of thing. You get your tripod, caught up on some grapes that don't produce. You also have to keep kind of moving stuff. You try one little spot, you try a project, and you gotta find places for the excess. But that's where those pallets will have to live for the next few months. Before I forget, let me, because I'm gonna probably put this on my thumbnail. So I'm gonna go try this out on a block of wood to see how well it does. So we're gonna see how well this does. You can see here, it's been welded throughout the hole, mostly throughout the hole. I'm a little bummed that they grinded off a bunch of that meat, which kind of loosens the strength of that weld. However, this is a dried piece of wood from another pile I have, and I'm going to go straight down the center there. Well, so it should work. Well, maybe not in the center. Yep, kind of makes sense that it would do that, huh? Well, we'll try it another way. Burn up my drill. So, I don't know, I've seen the ads for this thing. It doesn't seem to work very well. Well, I'm going to say that this doesn't work. I guess if you had it in a vise, like the log in a vise, maybe this was in a press or something, I don't know, but my drill wasn't fast enough to drill any deeper, and it got stuck and nothing split. I'll just grab a wedge and cut some, because I have a couple of logs that I can add to my firewood spot, and I'll make a different video about that with my wood stove. But I'm going to get back to getting this wood stacked and then be done. I wanted to point out that this is a pile of wood and not a wood pile. Alright, that's it for today. At least I got that pile, at least that wood piled. Not into a wood pile, but a pile of wood. I need to run off and do something else, kind of outside of my plans, so that's going to be it for that part of today. Hopefully I'll be able to take care of what I need to and come back, and I want to get those sunchokes into one of these. I have a few bags of soil, and I'm just going to layer a whole bunch of sunchokes in there, but that'll be a separate video. I hope that little review, I guess, don't buy that thing, just buy a wedge or maybe a kindling splitter or something, unless you have a drill press and all that. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Alright, bye bye.